Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Welcome Kindreds, it's Jessica the Story Witch. I'm making the most of the last little bit of evening light, sunshine here. We've been away for a couple of days and when I got back I had post and it was my witch casket. And I was so excited about opening it that I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to get it open as quickly as possible. I thought, oh, shall I open it and have a sneaky look? And then I could always just put all the stuff back in. But I thought that just wouldn't be fair. So I was like, no, I'll film the video. Let's just do it. So yeah, I'll turn the camera around and I'll get the light on my desk and let's see what's inside. I'm super excited. It says, obviously not on this bit, actually on the packet there was like around it, it said fragile, handle with care, and it does feel quite light, so I'm quite intrigued just to see what is inside. So I'm hoping the light's going to be good enough in here to do this. This is my third witch casket now, and the last two have been so amazing. I was really excited to get this. Gold paper this month. Witch casket. Could it be we are halfway through the year already? Here it is, June's witch casket. This month's casket is all about intent and belief, the two most important things in witchcraft. And that's funny actually, because it wasn't too long ago I did the intention video for my A to Z of Modern Witchcraft series. We are all as powerful as we believe ourselves to be, and we hope this month's casket inspires you to believe in yourselves even more than you already do. Please remember to read the enclosed list of contents so you can familiarise yourself with this month's items and our specially selected suppliers. And it's got just like the info here from Witch Casket. And I always do share mine on Instagram as well. If you are on Instagram, my name over there is @thestorywitch. And I do post fairly often, not every day, but fairly often over there. So I'm not, though, going to peep at the list of contents until after I've unpacked it. Ooh. Oh, every month they have some gorgeous art from TK Art. This feels like it might be a sticker or something. And then this, oh look. I don't know if that's showing up so well here, but it's actually veiled, a veiled goddess. That's really interesting. Look at those hands. So fascinating, and the third eye really open there. Some really cool art. So we'll look up who the artists are for those in a bit. What is this? There's a bowl. As I will it, so mote it be. And it feels like it's kind of like melamine, British made, and it says for food use, which sounds good to me. That's really lovely, isn't it? It's nice for taking a little snack if you're going to have maybe outdoor ritual, and I always do have something to eat afterwards because I find it's a really good way of grounding myself back in my body, and that would be a nice little addition to my picnic basket. So Witch Casket Essentials, and we've got rose petals for love. Sorry, the light is really, I'm going to try, let me see if I can, hopefully that's a bit better, but it's reflecting now. This is why it's better to film in the day and not in the evening. Love, sexual attraction, emotional balance. So there's rose petals in there, and I'm not going to open them because I'm going to keep them really fresh for when I will use them. Okay, and every time they have a loose leaf tea, but usually they're in a paper packet, so I don't know why they're in like this kind of, this sort of packet today. But this is Jasmine Blossom loose leaf tea, which sounds wonderful. Let's pop that in there. It's very kind of gold theme. You can see why they went with the gold paper. Haha. And there's a little pin badge here, metal pin badge. Witch Casket. Casket Crew pin badge. Let's see if I can get that not to reflect so you can actually see. Maybe, yes, no. That's really cool. It feels a nice little weight to it actually as well. It's a nice quality pin badge. There's always a crystal with a little bit of information in here, and this month it is sardonyx. Long recognised as a stone of strength and protection, sardonyx is associated with courage. It also aids communication and helps to bring stability to relationships. Thought to help project immense charisma, keep sardonyx close by when you need extra power on your side. That's really interesting. I don't think I actually have any of this at the moment. So that is, I don't think you can see this, some gorgeous lines going through there. Oh gosh, this light is so rubbish. I'm so sorry. I've got a... Maybe that's better there actually. You can see the colorations of it. It's almost like almost black at the bottom, and then it's got all these different kind of reds and golds running through it. And looking just at what we've taken out so far, it seems like kind of sexual energy and power and charisma is kind of a theme for this box. Dropping stuff. So what else do we have here? A little bag saying, I intend, I believe. And I can feel there's something inside here. There's always just so much in this box. Okay, so manifestation cards. Choose what you would like to manifest. Place the corresponding card inside the manifestation pouch, along with any other items which attract what you desire. You can include appropriate herbs, crystal pictures, etc. As you put these inside the pouch, visualize the results and be thankful for them. Yeah, and that's so important, I find, is that you behave as if it is a foregone conclusion. You already are grateful for it because it has already happened. That's how you get the best results. Believe that these things are already on their way, stating your intent and believing 100% that in the results are the key to successful magic. Yeah, and I would totally agree with that. Once your desire is manifested, the pouch can be emptied and used time and time again. That is really, kind of puts a little, that's what I like about having little things like this, is obviously it's not necessary because you don't actually need this stuff to be able to manifest things. But it just adds another little bit to the puzzle of it, so that you can, it makes it easier, I think, if you've got some of these things sometimes to convince yourself, because that's what's the important thing is, that what you are intending is actually going to come about. So even though it's not at all necessary, it is sometimes nice to have things like this, which is why I like this box. We've got Insight. These are pretty dark, so I don't know if they're going to show up very well on here. Wealth. Gorgeous designs as well, like sacred geometry. Let's try that again. Mandalas. Confidence. I remember, like, this is probably going to show my age a little bit now, but when we had our very first computer in the house, which was when I was doing my A-levels, and it had a screensaver on it that would play, if you like played music, if you put a CD, yeah, did that one have a CD? Maybe it was my one I had in university actually had a CD player, but you could put the CD in anyway, to whether it was that one or a different computer, it doesn't really matter. That's success. And it would put a screensaver like based on the music patterns that were kind of coming through, and that was like my first kind of real connection with these kind of generated sacred geometry patterns. Happiness, that's beautiful. Strength, and it connects actually with the, if you saw my macabre box unboxing when I was talking about Dr. Emoto and the, when you expose water to different emotions and things, it you could actually use these for that as well, for charging. They are almost like coaster size, sort of size shape, and that's love. So you could use them as well for like infusing energy into a food or drink as well, which would be really cool extra use for them. Healing, gorgeous. So that is a set of manifestation cards, and I'm guessing this is going to be like the exclusive item, because they always do have items which are only available to subscribers, not just kind of things that are from the shop generally. That's lovely, I really like that. What else do we have here? There's always incense. And this month it is Wizard Spell Incense. Now I have not smelt Wizard Spell before. I'll have just a little sniff. Oh, that's very... It's much lighter than I was expecting actually. It's almost a bit zingy. I wonder what is that? Does it say what is made out of? Patchouli. Okay. Yeah, so it's that kind of, it doesn't smell as, I was expecting something a bit more robust somehow, but yeah, it's more uplifting than that. The patchouli, it's lovely, very nice. Very summery actually, which is cool. There's always a little scroll like this, which usually has like kind of spell ideas on it. Try to get it open without breaking it. There you go. Intent and belief, the two most important things in magic. So it's going back to that intent and belief again that it said on the very opening. Everything in this world, when broken down to its minutest form, is made purely of energy. So it is no surprise, therefore, that our own energy can have a huge effect on the energy surrounding us. In witchcraft, the energy that we put into things, our intent and belief, are the most powerful tool we have. If you intend something and you believe it 100%, that energy will manifest your intentions. And that's definitely true. I think you do also... Oh yeah, and it kind of goes into that, is that you put it into the smallest task. If you're feeling unwell, when you brew yourself a hot drink, stir in the intention that this warming drink will make you feel better. Stir in that healing energy and believe it with all of your being. Yeah. That's nice. And although it is kind of just believing you're powerful doesn't necessarily, you've still got to do the legwork in my opinion as well, but it is true that the kind of the intent that you put into it, the intention you put into it is so important. And two little candles, are they scented? Oh no, that might be patchouli as well actually. They're a nice handy little pair of candles. There's often candles and always incense. Is it always candles? I don't think there were candles in the last one. So maybe not always, but very often. Let's have a little feel around what else is in here. Okay, there's a little jewellery item as well. This looks really nice. Oh, that's gorgeous. So it's like a pentagram. And it's kind of embossed. I don't know if you can see that on the back in another kind of sacred geometry type pattern again as well. Feels quite a good weight on it actually as well. It's gonna that'll hang quite nicely. Lovely. And that's what's so nice about this box, I think, is that you do just get so much stuff. Let's see if I can pull it all back in and show it all together. Under my crappy lighting. Really gorgeous coordinations of colours this time. I don't know if you can see, let's pull that back in a bit further. So we've got our bowl, our manifestation card, the tea, the scroll, the incense, the pin badge, the sardonyx. Can you still see that if I pop that here? Running out of space as usual because it is always so much gorgeous stuff. And our art here. Just trying to arrange them in a nice little way. And let's see what it says on the contents. So the Witch Casket exclusive, So Mote It Be altar bowl, which is this one, which I think I probably would use more for like my kind of out and about dabblings. Witch Casket exclusive Intent and Belief parchment scroll, which is the scroll we read. Witch Casket exclusive Casket Crew enamel pin, which is really nice. Witch Casket exclusive manifestation cards in satin pouch, which is lovely, really lovely. Witch Casket Essentials rose petals, a black and bronze pentacle pendant, A6 art print by Tea Cake Art, which is, we have a Tea Cake Art print every month. And then A6 art print by Ilinka Mitchell Art is this one. It's interesting, isn't it? It looks like a story taking place. Almost reminds me of the Pied Piper of Hamelin stories. The way that's kind of drawn reminds me of what the book that I used to have with those illustrations in from when I was a little kid. And Jasmine Blossom Loose Leaf Tea. I love jasmine tea, so I'm excited for that. Sardonic's Tumblestone and info card. Wizard Spell Incense sticks and 2 black through-coloured spell candles. And as always, all spells and rituals are created by a practicing witch exclusively for Witch Caskets. So what a lovely bunch of stuff. And that is why I'm continuing to subscribe to this box, because there is just, you know, there's like kind of light-hearted stuff and there's useful stuff, which is really cool. I kind of like that more. I think that when you have like supplies, like things like tea and rose petals and even crystals to a certain extent, definitely incense, they're all things that you do use a lot, and so they do get kind of consumed and you do need more. So I think it's a really cool, it also kind of pushes me out of my comfort zone where I tend to will get the similar things all the time because I know how they work and how I work with them. It's good for me to use slightly different things and see how that pans out in use as well. So yeah, I'm really, really loving this box. I hope you're enjoying seeing the things that are in here. Last month, somebody asked me about whether they ship to other places, and they do. They do ship abroad as well, but the shipping costs are quite expensive because obviously it is being shipped from York up in the north of England. So shipping it across seas, like to Canada and USA and stuff, does work out expensive. But you know, if you really wanted it, then obviously you could definitely do that. There are lots of choices of boxes in the US though, so I would definitely look into what is available over there. I found lots of nice ones that I would subscribe to, but obviously the postage for getting them over here to me works out really expensive as well. So I'm just so happy that there is a box that I'm really loving that is available here in the UK, which is really, really lovely. Anyway, the light is just about to drop here just before it's solstice. Like I said, tomorrow is our summer solstice here tomorrow, so yeah, it's one of our longest days, but because it's been raining the last couple of days, it's felt kind of a bit darker, but I'm almost relishing that in a way. It's like already starting to turn, you know, the tide is turning again and we're heading that way now towards winter, which I know most people will be like, don't say that, it's only June. But it's the change that I love the most. It's the change that kind of, yeah, the season's wonderful. Anyway, stop rabbiting, Jess. Say goodnight to these people. They've got better things to do than listening to you wittering on. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Warmest blessings. And I will see you very soon.